everyone, it's Mona. I'm back in the craft room and I have another dollar store makeover for you. This time I went to the dollar store, Dollar Tree, and I found this plate. Now, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't planning on getting a plate with any of the cuts and bevels in here. I wanted a flat plate, but they did not have a flat clear plate at the time, so I went with this. But I will be doing this again with a flat plate as soon as I find one. So this is what I have, and this is the surface that I'm going to be decorating. And I'm going to be working on the underside. So that way you can still use it for food for the other side. It will obviously be a hand wash piece only. And we are going to be using nail polish on this. So I'm kind of taking the nail polish stone technique and bringing it to a much larger scale. But the very first thing I'm going to do, since this is going to have a lot of use, it's going to be handled a lot, I'm going to be using the weld bond on it first to just kind of give it a good surface for the nail polish to hold on to, and then we'll move on from there. But all I'm going to do is take some of the weld bond and take a paintbrush and put a very thin surface layer of the weld bond on. Here it is, it dried clear. We're ready to move on to the next step. This has all dried, and I'm just going to do like a mishmash of glitters and nail polishes and all of that. So I'm going to just start putting some glitter polishes on in various different places. Not think too much about it. And I'm not going to be super neat about it or anything either. And this might end up being a big old mess, but you know what? I'm just going to do it anyway. Now I'm going to use a little bit of clear, and I think I'm going to concentrate just on this inner part. I'm going to do a little dusting of some glitter, and it'll catch in there hopefully. And I'm going to shake off any excess. And I'll let that dry, because then I will take a soft brush to it and try to get any of the loose stuff off. And I'm going to take some of these other glitters. I have this green. I'll do that there. We'll do a little purple on the next one. Now I've been working some glitters around this outside ring and in the middle, and I went with a sparkly red polish into this kind of a starbursty flowery thing. And now what I'm planning on doing is using another dusting of glitter on these parts. So I'm going to let this stuff dry just a little bit, pick out the glitter I want to use, and then we'll come back. I'm going to use this Martha Stewart Icy Blue, and I'm going to try to just dust it, which is kind of a hard thing to do. But so I'll do about half of it, and then I'll dust some glitter on there. See how it looks, and do the other half. I'm just using the clear polish right now to put on here so it has something to stick to. So much for dusting. Now this is dry, and I'm going to take this Purple Pizzazz Frosty nail polish, and I'm going to go over all of this. I brushed off any loose glitter, and I am going to take this Purple Pizzazz now, and I'm going to cover the whole inside here. So I'm going to let this middle part all dry, and then I'm going to leave the rest of it as I have it. Then I'm going to come back and do a final treatment on here for you to kind of see what I'm thinking. This stuff is all dried, and now what I'm going to do is I put a bunch of weld bond into a cup, and I'm going to use my coarse red glitter. Pour a bunch in here, stir it all up, make sure it's good and covered. Now the weld bond is a thicker glue as opposed to like a Mod Podge, so just be aware of that as you're doing this. And this is going to actually kind of be a two-step thing. Alright, I'm going to take it and I'm going to brush it over the whole back side. Now we want this to be pretty solid. I'm going to do this kind of a section at a time. So I'm going to put the glitter over it. I'll put it on nice and thick. Here it is covered. Set it aside to completely dry. When it's totally clear on the other side, then we'll come back and finish it off. Here it is, all dry and shiny and sparkly, and ready to glue the foot on. So I have sealed the bottom. You do it with the weld bond or whatever you feel like sealing it with, and I glittered this. Now this is not 100% dry, it's taken forever because it's so cold here, but it's pretty close. And all I need to do now is glue it to the bottom, and I'm going to use the Weld Bond. And if you want to use the E6000, use whatever you want. I sanded the very top of this edge just to give the glue a little something to grab onto. And then I am going to try to center it as best I can. I'll flip it over and I'll turn it to make sure that I'm at least pretty close. Give it time to adhere and dry, and then we'll be back to see the final piece. Here it is, all finished. It's attached. Everything's all good. Some of the glue is still drying, but that's it. Look how pretty that looks. It's very shiny, very shimmery, and ready for your holiday table. And here's the foot, and there it is. So you can serve brownies on there, cakes on there, cookies. Cheese platter, you could use it as a cheese platter. So give it a try, and you don't have to do this just for the holidays, you can do it for anything. And we'll see you next time. Happy crafting, happy holidays, and thank you for watching. If you like this and all my other crafts, throw me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.